It is between 8 and 10 weeks until our last frost date, so let's go downstairs and start our first seeds of 2026, and I will take you with me and show you everything we're going to be planting. So I got a little bit more organized now. These are all the things I'm going to start with in the next week or so. It's some flowers, some herbs, and some brassicas. All of our tomatoes, we're going to start a couple weeks after that. The remaining brassicas and some flowers a couple weeks after that. And then these are all the things we are going to sow outside. It's a mixture of beans, corn, dry beans, peas, sugar snap peas, flowers, squash, kohlrabies, lettuce, carrots, loofahs, spinach, more carrots, bunching onions, cucumbers, watermelons, and cantaloupes and honeydew. And we're gonna grow some Swiss chard for the chickens and a couple other things for them also. So now that the garden soil and the potting mix is both dumped in here, we're gonna add some water and stir it around. And I'm just gonna mix it around until I feel like it's wet enough that I can hold its shape, but not too wet that it's gonna just fall apart. Now, some people use boiling water for this step to sterilize their soil, but I did not do that. I have not done that, and I haven't had a problem, knock on wood. So the reason why I'm doing both garden soil and potting mix is because the potting mix has like this peat moss in it, and that's going to help with the drainage so that we don't get overwatered plants and too dense of a soil. You could start with a compost right off the bat, but I like to wait until I transplant them into the garden to do compost. So I got this mixed up for the most part, and you can see when I squeeze it, it kind of holds its shape. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of holds its shape, oops, instead of falling apart. But the real test is when I put it into soil blocks, if they hold. If not, I'll add more water or more dirt as I see fit. Okay, so I got all my soil packed in here. Now the trick, or the test, is to see if they hold together. So I'm gonna give this a couple pumps and then let them go. You can see little blocks. So I'd say that's a good consistency for the soil. Here you can see I laid out all my seeds and got a plan together, and I'm just going to start planting. First, I have the Waltham 29. That is a large, dark 6 to 8 inch head. It says it's good for fall, but it is drought tolerant, so I'm going to try that one. Next, I did the Calabrese, which is a 6 to 8 inch head as well, and it does have side shoots. After that, I went with the purple sprouting broccoli. And those ones are the little sprouts. They are good for fresh eating, and they have a purple hue, but once they are cooked, they do turn green, so I'm excited for those. And the last broccoli I did was the Sun King hybrid, and that one is a 6 to 8 inch head as well, but it has great leaf cover and is extremely heat tolerant, which is good for my area. Moving on to cauliflower, we have the early snowball, which is good for a lot of things, raw, baked, broiled, steamed, all the things, but it does like cool weather, so I'm a little nervous that it's not gonna head up in my area. After that, I have the self-blanching cauliflower. This one is supposed to have large leaves that cover the 8-inch head, so I'm hoping that that does a little bit better. And it does say it's best for pickling and freezing, so we'll see how that does. Moving on to Brussels sprouts, I have the Catskill Brussels sprouts, which are new to me, so we'll see. It's supposed to have 2-inch deep green sprouts. And next is the Long Island Brussels sprouts, which is a semi-dwarf plant, and I have not had good luck with these, but I'm just going to try them anyways. On to cabbage, I have all seasons cabbage, which gives a nice 8-inch ball, and I get very good results from those. And then moving on to the Copenhagen Market early cabbage, which has done well for me before also. So now I'm just labeling with my painter's tape, and I find that's the best way, the easiest way to do it. I just write on there what everything is, and it helps me keep track of everything moving forward. So moving on to the last tray, this is kind of a variety. The first one is these Rocky Mountain blue flowers. They are perennials. And then I have some dill. I'm going to grow a few bouquet dills also. And then chives, I'm going to start a few chives, and I'm going to do the rest out in the green stock. And then after that one, I'm going to do some thyme. Thyme was one of the only herbs I had to start sooner than the other ones. And lemon balm I love for tea, for the smell, for the pollinators. It attracts really good pollinators. And this hot pepper, Italian pepperoncini, these are the only peppers I'm growing, and I'm growing them to pickle them. So I'm going to start a few of those plants as well. And then the last 8 plants I'm doing are lavender. I'm doing 2 different types. This first one is a true lavender, and the second one is an English lavender. So I'm hoping to get hopefully 8 plants out of that, but we'll see how that goes. And then I will overwinter them later also. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cover each little seed with dirt. It's important that the soil is touching the seed, and then I'm going to get them watered in and start growing. Now that we got all of our seeds planted and covered and labeled, we are going to move them over to this racks and get them watered in, and then we will turn the lights on to keep them warm. Okay, so I have them all watered in. They are good to go. The lights are on. The lights should keep them warm enough to help them germinate. Rack is awesome. I love it. It has a timer on it also, so I will set the timer and it will automatically shut off, so I don't have to come down here and unplug it. And then there's room down here on the bottom to put one more tray. We have another light that we can hook down here also, and it'll just plug right into these guys. So I'm gonna, when we plant the next stuff, if I need to, I'll put it underneath down there at the bottom. I am gonna go ahead and get another one of these racks because it was super easy, super nice. I love that it's on wheels, it's light, all the things. So I'm gonna get another one ordered, and hopefully it'll come in before we plant our tomatoes and other stuff. So I hope this video helped you get ready to start your garden. Let me know down below what you guys are going to be planting. I showed you all my different kind of varieties for these cold weather crops, so go ahead and show me what you like, what you're going to do, and I hope this inspired you and encouraged you. And if not, it's just something to watch, and hopefully if these all grow, I'll come back and update you with germination rates as they go and let you know my thoughts. Alright, if you guys want more updates on these plants and on the next plants that we're going to be starting, go ahead and follow along, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!